Since you've been also studying, the convergences and divergences as to how the Western intelligence agencies behave and function, and the Asian intelligence agencies do. What differences do you see in the way in which we practice our own policies?
Well, each country has its own legislations. Each country has its own particular ways of doing things. Not surprisingly, as a Canadian, you've probably heard the term the Five Eyes, which is the Anglo club. It's been around since the Second World War. So that's Australia, Canada, New Zealand, United Kingdom, United States. It is the gold standard of intelligence sharing. It's not surprising. We're all former British colonies at one point in our history. We were all English speaking. We all are Western secular liberal democracies, although under Trump we were slightly less liberal, I suppose. And that's going on for 75 years. So it's a very, very well-established relationship. I found when I joined the security service that we also had a very easy relationship with other, I would call them like-minded services. So I'm talking Western Europe, the Swedish service, the Germans, the French, the Danish, et cetera, et cetera. We also collaborated with Middle Eastern and Asian services. I have had meetings with Indian services. I've had meetings with Middle Eastern services. They're a little more complicated to manage for the simple reason that we have different cultures. I think with India, for example, we have a common language. I mean, English is still spoken widely, obviously, in your country. You were a former British colony, as we're here in Canada. Culture is slightly different. But I think there was still a commonality there that we didn't have, for example, with the Saudis or with the Thais, or God forbid, I even used to meet with the Russians before Putin took over. It's a delicate dance that you do, because you realize there's information that is of value to both organizations, but at the same time, your government may not want to deal with country X because of country X's foreign policy or domestic policy. So it's hard. I think you do it on a case-by-case basis. We in Canada have what's called a Section 17 arrangement, where CSIS can enter into sharing with any intelligence service around the world, provided that the foreign minister and the public safety minister agree to it. But it has to be managed on a case-by-case basis. And it generally works, but it is a challenge, I would say.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.